Welcome to Smart Economics. Here are your top business and startup news.
Apple targets car production by 2024 and eyes next level battery technology, said sources. Apple Inc. is moving forward with self-driving car technology and is targeting 2024 to produce a passenger vehicle that could include its own breakthrough battery technology. The iPhone maker's automotive efforts, known as Project Titan, have proceeded unevenly since 2014 when it first started to design its own vehicle from scratch. At one point, Apple drew back the effort to focus on software and reassessed its goal. Doug Field, an Apple veteran who had worked at Tesla Inc., returned to oversee the project in 2018 and laid off 190 people from the team in 2019. Fiat Chrysler, PSA win EU antitrust nod for $38 billion merger. Fiat Chrysler and French rival PSA gained EU antitrust approval on Monday for their $38 billion merger to create the world's number 4 car maker after pledging to boost Japanese rival Toyota Motor. The two car makers are looking to the deal to help tackle the industry's dual challenges of funding cleaner vehicles and the global pandemic. The European Commission said PSA will extend its small van agreement with Toyota Motor by increasing capacity for Toyota and cutting transfer prices for the vehicles, spare parts and accessories to address EU competition concerns. What's in the $900 billion US COVID-19 aid package? Congressional leaders said on Sunday they have reached agreement on $900 billion package to provide the first new aid in months to an economy hammered by the novel coronavirus pandemic, with votes likely on Monday. Here's what in the package. According to a summary released by Home Representatives Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer, and interviews with several congressional aides with provided additional details. UK borrowing hits highest November level on record. Government borrowing soared in November as the UK continued to support the economy during the coronavirus pandemic. The Office for National Statistics said borrowing hit $31.6 billion last month, the highest November figure on record. It was also the third highest figure in any month since records began in 1993. The figures highlight the government's spending revenue gap and underline Chancellor Rishi Sunak's problems as he weighs up bolstering treasury coffers. Since the beginning of financial year in April, borrowing has reached 240.9 billion euros and 188.6 billion euros more than a year ago. The ONS said a budget had been expected to take place in autumn this year, but it was delayed because of the pandemic and will now take place on 3rd March 2021. The Independent Office for Budget Responsibility (OBR) has estimated that borrowing could reach 372.2 billion by the end of the financial year in March. Zomato raises 660 million euros at a valuation of $3.9 billion. Food delivery platform Zomato on Friday announced closing of a $660 million primary financing round at a post-money valuation of $3.9 billion. In a series of tweets, CEO Deepinder Goyal said global investors share our enthusiasm about the future of this business. Food delivery in India is rapidly coming out of COVID-19 shadows. December 2020 is expected to the highest ever GMV month in our history. We are now clocking 25% higher GMV than our previous peaks in February 2020, said Goyal. He said that the tailwinds for the food delivery business are clearly visible and that Zomato believes that the growth of the sector will accelerate post-vaccine. Peloton to acquire fitness equipment maker Precor in $420 million bid to grow commercial businesses. Peloton has announced that it intended to acquire Precor, one of the world's largest supplier of commercial fitness equipments. You probably recognize the Precor brand name if you ever spend time in a hotel or standalone commercial gym, which is exactly why Peloton making this purchase makes a ton of sense at this particular time for the hot home workout brand. The Precor acquisition will made via a deal that's valued at a total of $420 million. And in addition to expanding its commercial business, this also helps Peloton bring on a lot more manufacturing capability in a time when its order queue for its tread and bike hardware is deeper than ever, thanks to the increase in demand resulting from the COVID-19 pandemic. Lockheed Martin inks $4.4 billion deal to acquire Aerojet, Rocketdyne. Lockheed Martin Corp said on Sunday it has agreed to buy US rocket engine manufacturer Aerojet Rocketdyne Holding Inc. for $4.4 billion, including debt and net cash. The deal is Lockheed's biggest acquisition since Jim Teichlet took over as chief executive in June. He is seeking to beef up the company's propulsion capabilities amid competition from new entrants such as SpaceX and Blue Origin for space contracts with the US government. Acquiring Aerojet Rocketdyne will preserve and strengthen an essential component of the domestic defense industrial base and reduce costs of our customers and the American taxpayer, Teichlet said in a statement. The NBA ditches the bubble as it kicks off its 2021 season. The NBA's decision to resume the 2020 season in the now famous bubble in Florida paid off. Revenue dipped only 10% and the league recouped an estimated $1.5 billion. Most importantly, 0 players tested positive. 2021 is different. If the NBA were to forgo gate merch and advertising dollars like it did in the bubble, losses would be much greater than in 2020. A projected $4 billion means 40% drop in the hopes that mass vaccinations will lead to full arenas drop in overall revenue. So the league is returning to its typical cross-country setup in the hopes that massive vaccinations will lead to full arenas and lots of hot dog sales down the road. For now, 1/6 teams are allowing some fans and most NBA owners expect to lose money in 2021. Health insurer Oscar Health files to go public. The company, which has 420,000 health plan enrolls and was last valued at $3.2 billion, was co-founded by Josh Kushner, brother of President Trump's son-in-law and senior advisor Jared Kushner, even juicier. In its early days, Oscar's primary revenue stream was selling insurance plans under the Affordable Care Act, aka Obamacare. Legislation the Trump administration has tried to repeal numerous times. In terms of the pandemic's effect on its business, Oscar resembles Zoom more than Carnival. With money tight and health a priority for many, Obamacare signups for 2021 have remained strong, and Oscar says more than 30% of its customers use its growing telemedicine services. Tesla joins S&P 500, capping sensational year for Elon Musk. Tesla is not an ordinary stock for one. It's absolutely humongous. With a market capitalization of $659 billion, Tesla will be the largest company to ever enter the S&P 500, and once it's in, it will be the 6th biggest company in the index, sitting behind only Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google parent Alphabet, and Facebook. It also draws other car stocks. Tesla's market value is 18x Ford's and 10x GM's. Second, the stock is extremely volatile, meaning it's prone to dramatic daily swings based on company's news that might not be a huge deal. Because of Tesla's size, the value of those daily undulations can sometimes surpass the entire market capitalization of automakers such as BMW or Fiat Chrysler. Third, for many years, Tesla wasn't profitable. Only in the past several quarters did it actually make money, which is one of the qualifications for inclusion in the S&P. That's it in today's video. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel.